Hey Blendies, welcome back to my review, and also welcome to the newcomers. So, as teased, or as mentioned in my previous videos, the last two videos, I mentioned it at the end of the video every time and yeah, as teased, I brought the Cult Classics version of Leatherface figure over here. Got a new inbox, just opened it this morning, completely new, really good condition. And of course, since this guy was inside the box for years and years, it smells like one of those vintage and old figures, which I like, but I'm not a type of guy to, put smelly figures in my shelf. Not a big fan of it, but this guy I will have to. It's an amazing piece, and I always wanted to get one of the Cult Classic Leatherface figure in my collection. So here it is. So the box is kind of old, so I'm just going to put the photo on the screen right now. That's how it looks. And yeah, let's get to the accessories first. Gonna detach his hammer from his hand. This is how the hammer looks, with all the blood splattered everywhere. And the wooden texture is really nicely done. Really nice. And you got his tiny, I'm not sure, like a knife? Butcher knife? I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. It seems like one of the knives. Obviously has a blood splatter, a bit rusted, nicely detailed. So did the handle. It's really nicely done. Look at that. And you get 2 human bones. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is one of them. Look at that. Not too much of a detail. Bit of like an old rusted kind of weathering there. And you see the color of the bone changed into somewhat dark yellow over time. Is this someone's leg bone or something? Maybe this is supposed to go to the hip section. Not so sure. Looks like a ball joint, doesn't it? Seems like it. And this is his chainsaw. His very iconic weapon that he uses. And it is really nicely sculpted. Look at that. It is amazing. Like, the reason why I love these older Cult Classic or movie maniacs figures is the fact that they are really detailed, even though they might lack in articulation. Look at that. Blood splatter. Really cool thing is that when you pre-open this from new in box, this handle comes off so that you can easily put the handle on his grip hand and then attach the main part just like that. There we go. And this handle part's also separated. I just put it in there, and yeah, it is really nice. But I find it kind of hard to put it in his hand, And he also comes with his lovely base over here. Really nicely done. The wooden floor with some of the bones, bunch of skulls. One of them got smacked on the head. Or even more than one. But look at that. It is really nicely sculpted. Really is. The teeth. These, I don't know, mold? Kind of, the texture is really disgusting for these black things at the bottom of the skull. Probably they're rotten flesh or something. And you get 2 pegs over here so that you can put the figure on it. At the bottom, not much. It says NECA 2006. Look at that. Really, really cool. And finally, let's get to the figure itself. That's what we're mostly here for. So, Leatherface. What can we talk about it? Well, he got really nicely done detail and painting overall. That's one of the best things about Cult Classics, even though the time has passed quite a while. For a while. Especially the tie is what I really like about this figure, surprisingly. Very iconic and accurate tie. And it is really nicely done. The head section is really nicely done too. I think I'm gonna zoom my camera in a bit or bring the figure more forward so that I can give a bit of better shot. Okay, here he is. Look at that. His head is really, again, nicely done. I'm not so sure if I can tell if this is like 100% accurate to the film, as how the head sculpt looks based on the movie. I think McFarlane 18-inch Leatherface, they nailed the look. It is really nicely done. That has to be my top 1 favorite Leatherface in my entire collection. This has to be the 2nd favorite. But still, you get nicely done detail for the stitch around the leather, the face section, the ear is really accurately done, the mouth, the teeth you see inside, his eyes. Look how well painted the eyes are, I'm quite surprised with that. The wrinkles, the blood splatter on the neck section, and the backside of the hair, lovely, really nicely done. Really, I love this figure. Fascinating. I just love cult classic figures. This has to be one of the best one out there. Really nice. Still, below the tie, there's nothing. The top part of the tie, almost the top half of the tie is already stuck to the torso, and the rest half just floats there. It's supposed to be like that. The blood splatter on the apron, really nice. Look at that. This is amazing. Same goes to his arm. Look at that muscle definition. Damn, this guy should be really strong. Look at that. Don't he? He looks really strong. Like a strong man out there. His hands are sculpted really nicely as well, and his fingernails are somewhat dirty. He got blood everywhere. I mean, it should be dirty, doesn't it? Really nice. His detail of the shirt is really nicely done too. The pattern you see everywhere. Some weathering that has been done at the back. Really nice. Really nice. Amazing. Love the pattern here that they gave. The backside of the apron, this tie section is actually sculpted, not like an actual rubber. The bottom like here. The pants is really nicely done. It's in dark blue or like a navy. I'm not so sure. It's like more of a dark blue with some weathering at the bottom of the pants as well. And the shoe, it is really nicely done and detailed. Really, really nicely done. At the bottom of the feet, you get the peg hole, and that is pretty much it for the detail of this figure. It is such a lovely piece. Lovely piece. So getting into the articulation, his head moves up and down a bit. It does do a pivot. It's in ball joint. I'm just being careful because I don't want to break it. And yeah, there we go. His both arms swivels up and down, and there is a mid-cut at the arm, swivel side to side, somewhat limited though, like that. Nothing at the wrist, nothing. His torso or waist doesn't move either, I believe. Yeah, it's in solid piece. His feet, I feel like it's, yeah, it doesn't move. This part, like, I don't know, slightly, very slightly. I don't think it's supposed to move at all. So that is pretty much it for the articulation for this guy. A bit of problem with my figure is that maybe it's kind of stiff. Maybe it is due to the fact that it is an old figure. The peg doesn't want to go all the way into the feet. I mean, it stays on there fine, just fine. But, like, yeah. Oh, it looks like the Leatherface want to do an arm wrestling. Want to do it? Huh? Want to do it? No, just kidding. But that's the problem I have with this figure. But without that, awesome. No other problems. I think I did try to pre-attach the chainsaw on his hand before I did start recording this video, but apparently it was really difficult. The hand, it's not as soft as you think. It's not really made in soft plastic, so heating it up doesn't really do much, for me at least. But I gave it a shot with a hammer, which attaches quite nicely on his hand. Just hold on, let him hold it like that. Nicely done, really nice. But it's kind of weird because he's holding the hammer diagonally, not like straight forward, you know. Kind of funny. And some of the others told me that the pose of the Leatherface, since this is mostly pre-pose unless you articulate very few parts, right? They told me that it looks like he's dancing, and I cannot unsee it now. Come on. I mean, it's Leatherface. It's an amazing figure. Now I cannot see it. Now I can only, it seems like he's actually dancing now. I cannot unsee it anymore. But holding a chainsaw in both hands will definitely fix that issue. Like that, holding the chainsaw like that. That would be awesome. I think I'm gonna give it a shot later on. It's just the fact that I broke the NECA's 50th anniversary Ultimate Leatherface's chainsaw a couple months ago, because the part on the chainsaw was too thin. I don't want the same thing to happen with this guy, so I might just let it be with the hammer on his hand. I really hate when I break the figure accidentally, trying to attach the accessory. But still, it is a really nicely done figure. Really, really cool. If you ever get a chance to get this guy for a relatively good price, new in box or something, or secondhand, go get it. It's really an awesome figure. And I did a review of this because, there were reviews available for this guy, but it was really old. Like, some of them were 11 to 12 years old review. Nothing really new. So I wanted to make a recent video based on this guy if you are a type of a collector who actually wanted or was hesitating to get this guy due to the fact that there's not a lot of recent reviews available for this, and if you wanted to have a better look to this guy in modernized camera review, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, I hope this kind of helped you. So yeah, I want to give this guy 10 out of 10. Really love this. I'm a big fan of Cult Classic. That's also one of the reasons why I'm giving this guy 10 out of 10, but there's also a really good reason why I do love Cult Classic. Really, they don't really have paint chipping or scuffs you get, even though they fall on the surface. They never really get a scuff. At least that's what happened to me. Nothing wrong with these entire series that I've been collecting so far. The details are amazing, though they might lack in articulation compared to current NECA's Ultimate series. I still think it's amazing, really it is. Regarding the articulation, I'm an adult collector, and I don't really play with my figures at all. The day I get it, I clean it and I just put it in my shelf. That's it. That's what I do. I also use this spray to give it additional care. I have a video for it, so please do go to my channel and check it out if you want to. But that's what I do. I don't play with them. I just directly put it in my shelf the day I get it, and then I never really touch it again unless I want to change some bit of the location of where my figures are at inside my shelf and things, or if I want to give them an extra clean later on. That's the only time where I touch them again, besides the day I get it. So fixed position doesn't really matter to me. And pre-post figure actually makes it better when it comes to balancing, because figures nowadays with a bunch of articulation, some of them at least, are kind of hard to stand without a base, but these figures are absolutely fine. This figure stands just fine without the base as well. So why not give it a go, Why not give it a go? If you never really collected Cult Classic figures before, I definitely do recommend it to get it, because, if you're the type of guy who seeks for a lot of articulation, then it might not be really a good figure for you, but detail-wise, it's fascinating for its time being. I think Cult Classics was ahead of its time. So do McFarlane's movie Maniacs figure. The amount of accessories that they give you, especially the base, the quality of the base, the accessory, and the figure itself, fascinating. Well, I think I was yapping too much about how good this figure was, but anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please do click that subscribe button if you haven't. Leave some comments and put that thumbs up button as well. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.